What is going on, people? It's your boy Decimus, and right here today, on this day, we have arguably, or I believe, the best mid-range smartphone of 2020, and I'll prove why this is the best smartphone, mid-range smartphone of 2020. Sorry, I'm a little pissed because I did the unboxing and I lost the footage. Yeah, it doesn't really matter how I lost the footage. So it's not really unboxing, but it's just giving you my reasons why I think this is the number one contender for the best mid-range smartphone of 2020. So let's get into it. So the first reason is the price. This phone comes in at usually around 6,000 rands, which is around 370 around there dollars. And that's like right in the middle of a mid-range smartphone's cost. And for the features you're getting on this phone, it's just ridiculous to think that you're spending so much to get so much more. Like in terms of value, this phone is the best mid-range smartphone of what you're getting back in terms of value based off how much you spend for it. So I'll talk about the features now, which is pretty great. I just have to preface this with saying that in South Africa we don't really have access to some of the more niche smartphones. We don't have access to like your One Note Plus certain smartphones. So I can't really review every single mid-range smartphone to say that that's the best, but this is what we have now. And if you think there's something that tops this, just comment down below and we'll fight. So let's talk about the features and why I think this phone is like hella great. First off, it has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 720G high-performance octa-core processor. This comes in with 6 gigabytes worth of RAM with a 5020 milliamp hour battery. I think that's the biggest battery size for a mid-range smartphone, which is ridiculous to think about, like 5020 milliamps per hour, where most of the mid-range smartphones come in around 4,000 or 4,200 usually. Next we got the 6.67 inch dot display and a 64 megapixel AI quad camera. So I think this is the only, or probably out of three smartphones, I think this is the only mid-range smartphone that comes in with a 64 megapixel camera. I think most of them do have a 48 megapixel camera, but a 64 megapixel camera, that's ridiculous. So yeah, I think this comes in with like the best or some of the best features in terms of mid-range smartphones, which is why I think it's probably the top competitor to be the best mid-range smartphone. However, there is one problem with the Redmi Note 9 Pro. The issue with the Redmi phones, or the specific model, or I think a lot of the other models, is the software. So I think some people have found the software to be a bit buggy at times, and I actually had the Note 9S before this one, and I had to send it back because it doesn't happen to everybody, but the only drawback with the phone is that the software is not as crisp and clean, but it's not terrible. Redmi or Xiaomi is a Chinese company, and as we know, the Chinese are taking over the world. Like America, Trump, whatever, it's not America is done. Europe, the only way they succeeded, in fact, with America is with slavery. But China, how China's taking over the world is quite interesting. What they do is they borrow people money, and then when they can't pay it back, they start buying property within the country itself. And they're doing it in South Africa. But let's not get into that. China is technically taking over the world. The Redmi phones are improving heavily a lot in terms of their software. Apart from the problem I experienced personally, I haven't really felt anything too terrible, too bad with the phone. So I haven't been using it for not too long, but a while, probably a couple of days, a week. So far I'm pretty content, and I do believe that this is the contender best mid-range smartphone of 2020. If you believe that there's something that beats this, then comment down below, pop it up. We'll have a little battle, see what happens. I know we can blade them, and but yeah, thank you for watching my submission for the best mid-range smartphone of 2020. And yeah, tell me if you agree, tell me if you don't agree, and thank you for watching. Peace.